Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard. Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Jackson forced out to his left. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked by the safety, Taylor Mays. And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On first down, Henry. And Brake, the tight end's got it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. A first carry now for Reggie Bush. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Reggie Bush taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Returning it, Johnson. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Jackson. Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Agba that time, able to drop him for a loss. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd down and goal. Jackson being chased out left. And I think the ball's out, and that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Tomlinson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Blankenship's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. That's Bush. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down. Henry eluding the pressure right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Johnson now returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. That's taken in by the tight end, McKinney. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Jackson. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Steeler legend Troy Polamalu with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, Henry. Binds, and Henry's hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Agba able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his left. And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Lamar Jackson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Off the play fake. Henry sliding out of the pocket. Oh, what a grab, Moss. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off play action. Henry out to his left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now Blunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. He finds his man complete. That's Bush. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Henry. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now a carry for Blount. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And this is incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
Jackson. Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline, because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that.